Hello, world! So I am well known as Brick Knows All. So I've seen on the Brick Knows All YouTube channel if I'm saying that. But I learned a new hobby. And I honestly didn't think I'd be making a video about it ever. Because it's just something about my private life. I just, didn't feel like sharing on anything other than, the main socials or whatever. But letting it be out there in the public, that's something. I mean, other than my TikTok, but that's not really content. That's just a doom scroll, yeah. Anyways, I've played guitar for about a year. I'd say more over a year. I'd say I started actually playing in February of 2024, and then that passed. So it's been about a year and I'd say a month or two. And I want to talk about some of the things I learned. So for a while I was just playing mediocre, just riffs. And then other ones too. Like I think there's distortion on those. Hold on. That's the other thing is I'm not perfect at it. I'm not even gonna say that I'm a fucking pro at this shit. Never will. I just really love it. It's a passion of mine. This is my guitar. This is my pride and joy. Stickers on it. You can't have a guitar without stickers, or else it just doesn't play right, or it has to have some design of some kind on it. Because I was going to say that, and then I have a guitar back there that's a Tom DeLonge ES333 replica, and it's a white race stripe on it, and that's it. So, I mean, as long as it has a design, it just can't be a solid colored guitar. It doesn't work. I mean, I probably could have left this as a regular colored guitar because of how nice it looked, but, it's a little soul without a little bit of fun, right? Guitars have personalities, and somebody tried telling me otherwise the other day, actually at my old work, and I was like, yeah, you're wrong. Guitars are their own person. You make them who they are. And if you don't do anything to it, they're just basic. Who wants to be basic, right? Anyways, so the things I want to talk about is singing and playing. So, believe it or not, I love singing. Singing is probably one of my favorite things to do. I love singing, I love rapping, I love creating merging lyrics in, where I can, that still makes sense. I guess you could call me a mediocre lyricist, if you will. And I realized that singing and playing is really fucking hard. Really hard. What's a good example of it's hard to play and sing? What's my age again? And that's about the time she walked up. It's hard. Obviously I'm still learning it, right? So I'll get it. I know I'll get it eventually. But for one that I just actually figured out today, I learned this song last night. Got the chord progression down for it. Is Panic at the Disco's Bill God Then Let's Talk. It goes, she's and so I figured that out by actually thinking about the song, and also looking at the tabs. So what I use tabs. So I use the app Songster on my cell phone. You can also use it on a laptop or a computer or whatever. And basically it gives you the numbers. So each of these is a fret, and you put your finger let's say for example 3 5 5. There we go. That's 3 5 5. And that's on the certain strings that it's on. And there's lines too. It'll show the lines on the on the fretboard, and also tell you the stuff like that. So something that I really like about that is because I can't read sheet music. I don't even know what a fucking chord is. I know how to play some I know chords. I think this is a D. Just to jog my memory. D or G? Actually, no, G is... See, I know. Some, not all. But, lines and numbers is, where I shined. Not really, because I got... That's how my school situation went. Anyways, So one of the things I want to talk about is how to find this singing part with, playing at the same time. And so, I'm one of those people that's like, I like, hum when I play and whatever. Like if I can hear the part of the song I'm thinking of, while I'm playing it, I know it, right? It's the pacing that's always the issue. Is like, how do I get the pacing right and play at the same time? And one thing I found very easy for me is honestly slowing down your pacing. And because people are trying to play fast, like beginners are going. And like that's not it. It's she's so if I sound like shit when I'm singing, by the way, during this, my amp's like right next to me, so I can't even hear myself sing. So I have to like sing over it in order for me to hear myself, because I don't know how well it picks up on here, and I don't have a microphone, so sorry about that, guys. So if I sound like a shitty singer, I'm really not. You just have to be in person with me in order to hear good singing. Yeah. So I for example, like Gambit's a good one. For the longest time, I couldn't get Amma down. I couldn't even play. And theirs is hard too, because when they play like the little riff, like. They'll play it over and over and over in a certain time span, and like one's like this is I guess this is growing up, and they say that like once, and then they their live version, obviously having two people singing is always great, but like at the beginning they're always just like your pictures are falling down, and then they say falling down, and like they kind of like I guess exaggerate out a certain lyric, and that's really hard to play with the riff. How I kind of like got behind that was honestly, if you don't really care about the riff, you just want to play the song, power chords. Like that. That's just that's another way of doing it. I've actually used that for the instrumental of it, because the instrumental is like it's like. Fucking First Date. Still a good song though. I haven't looked at the tab page for Damn It in God knows how long. It's I learned that song back in November, I think, of last year. So decently long time ago. That was a chord progression actually. I learned the riff when I started. Apparently can't play today. That's the other thing is also you're gonna have bad days. Like you're not gonna be at your 100%. Definitely can tell you I'm not at my 100%. Not right now. But like, practicing and stuff like that. Sometimes it is just like, you don't want to pick up a fucking guitar. And been there, done that. I've had so many days like that. Honestly, I've got no tips for that. Do what you need to do. Because I've gone days without picking up my guitars. And I can still rock. Because you don't need to, as long as you have practiced enough to the point where you know it by memory. Like if you touch just the strings of the guitar, you can play anything, right? Like if you know what you're playing. Like I haven't played All the Small Things in 2 days. Like you don't have to, obviously I've been picking up my guitars the last 2 days, but like, it's the fact that you can still play if you take a break, which is great, because who doesn't need a break? Now, that's kind of my end of my guitar segment. I want to get to my next segment. Hi everyone. I feel like I didn't do a proper introduction to this video, and I also didn't give any rundown as to what's going on with this channel. Okay, keep it quick and short. I'm growing up. I don't want to be doing this all the time. Clearly, from like my last video being from so long ago. And I don't play video games anymore. There is not a desk in my room. My TV and shit's all over there. And my bed's right next to me, so we're in dead middle of my room. My desk had a L. There's no L. So sorry. Video gaming is over for me completely. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, likes are always appreciated. Definitely not going to tell anybody to subscribe because I don't know when I'm going to post again. But who knows? If this takes off, maybe I'll, revamp the channel as a, guitar journey channel. Totally look like a cop-out right now. Holy shit. Definitely not a cop-out here. Because I don't want to make any money off of this. I just want to do it to, help people. And if they have questions, they can ask me. And I can answer them the best I can. Or, ask somebody who is, a lot more knowledgeable on these subjects than I am. Because I have my own little guitar tech. He did all that. He did all that installing. I bought all the parts. Actually, I was gifted a decent amount. But that guitar back there, I did a lot of work on. So, put it in my work. Don't worry. This guitar's not coming to me for free. Actually, the grand scheme of things, a lot of them are. Actually, I think I don't think I've ever paid a dime for one of my guitars. And I'm thankful for that. I'm not gonna sound needy or greedy as fuck at that. I really, really am thankful for what I have, especially in the guitar world. Yeah.